Next question. Now see here. It is your original CGL prelims question in 2018. This can be solved in two methods again. A train covers 360 kilometers at uniform speed. We don't know at what speed it is traveling, but the distance that it is covering is 360 kilometers. The question also says, if the speed had been 10 kilometers more, it would have taken 3 hours less for the journey. That means the time difference should be 3 hours. Earlier it was taking some time. Now that final time will be 3 hours less than that. That means the difference between the time should be 3 hours. What is the speed of the train? Now question is, what is the speed of the train? Answer option also will represent the speed of the train. Let us go one by one with the answer option. If I choose the initial speed as 40 kilometers per hour, first statement says initially it is actually the train is covering 360 kilometers. So 360 by 40, it will take 9 hours, and the speed is increased by 10 kilometers. That means 40 will now become 50 kilometers per hour speed, and 360 divided by 50, it is not a whole number, right? It's a fractional or a decimal value. That means the 9 hours minus a decimal value will never be equal to 3 hours difference. So first option cannot be the right answer. Same to same explanation. 360 divided by 25 is a fractional value. 360 divided by increased by 10, 35, 25 becomes 35. That also is a fractional value. You will not get it as 3 hours difference. First two options are ruled out. Let us assume the third option is correct answer. Initially it was traveling at 30 kilometers per hour speed. The speed now is increased by 10. It becomes 40 kilometers per hour. 360 divided by 30, it is 12 hours it was taking. 360 divided by 40, it is 9 hours. So earlier it was taking 12 hours. Now it is taking 9 hours. That means it is taking 3 hours less than the original time it was supposed to take. That is exactly what is given in the question also. It says it would have taken 3 hours less for the journey. Because my statement in the question is becoming true when I choose answer option C, my assumption of answer option C is also definitely the right answer. Answer for this question is 30 kilometers per hour. But having said that, this I will call it as method 1, right? I will call this method as method 1. I will also teach you one more beautiful method for the same question, and it is your duty to choose whichever the method you are comfortable. Now see here, question says, so we have speed, we have time. Question says a train covers 360 kilometers at uniform speed. So total distance, we know the distance is equal to speed into time, and that distance is given in the question as 360 kilometers. Now see the next statement. If the speed had been 10 kilometers more, speed is 10 kilometers, it would have taken 3 hours less for the journey. Time is given as 3 hours. Forget about more or less. Don't worry about more. Don't worry about less. Those two words, don't worry about it. Just write down the magnitude or the numerical values. Speed is given as 10. Time is given as 3. Now, what I will do is, I will increase. I will double speed. 10 becomes 20. I will double time also. 3 becomes 6. If you do the cross multiplication, 10 into 6 is 60. 20 into 3 is also 60. That means we are doing a right calculation. Both the ways you are getting the same distance as 60 kilometers. But is the distance 60? No, the question says 360. Okay, then I will not stop at this point because I got the distance as only 60. But I should get the distance as 360. Now, again, I have doubled this 10. Now triple it. That means 3 times. 10 will become 30. 3 will become 9. If you want to check it out, 10 into 9 is 90. 30 into 3 is also 90. Or 20 into 9 is 180. 30 into 6 is also 180. That means we got the speed as 180. Distance as 180. But the actual distance according to question is 360. So continue. I have multiplied 10 by 2, it became 20. I have multiplied 10 by 3, it became 30. Let me now multiply 10 by 4. If the speed is multiplied by 4, time also let me multiply by 4. What is 3 into 4? It is 12. right? 3 into 4 is 12. Now if you want check it out, I will use a different color so that it will be very clear for you people. If you want check it out, 30 into 12, it is 360 kilometers. That is exactly what is given in the question. 40 into 9 is also 360 kilometers. That is also exactly what is given in the question. That means we will only take last two values into account. That means initially I was traveling at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. Initially I was taking 9 hours. Finally, I increased by speed by 10 kilometers, so it became 40 kilometers per hour, and now I am taking 12 hours. There is a gap of 3 hours, which is exactly what is given in the question also. And what is the speed of train, which is nothing but the initial speed. Initial speed is 30 kilometers per hour. The same answer we got in method 1 also by using answer options method. So which one should I use? Which one? As a student, if I am a student, which one should I use? I will never say that, because it is your wish. It is completely dependent on you. One student might feel method 1 is easy. Another student might feel method 2 as easy. You decide which is easy for you and please use that particular method. I hope there is a lot of clarity for all the students listening to the class. Next question. See here. More or less similar question. Question says, a truck covers a distance of 384 kilometers at a certain speed. Distance is nothing but speed into time, and that distance is given in the question as how much? 384 kilometers. If the speed is decreased by 16 kilometers per hour, it will take 2 hours more to cover the same distance. What is 75% of the speed? That means all the answer options are given for 75% of the speed, but who will calculate for 75% of the speed? It's time waste. Let us calculate the same answer options for 100% of the speed. That means total speed. If 75% is constituting for 45, first option, 75% is constituting for 45, then 100% will constitute for how much, right? It will one option I am showing it to you. 75% is constituting for 45, 100% will constitute for how much? Now 75% is nothing but 3 by 4. It's very simple, sir. 3 by 4 is constituting for 45. Now same to same logic. Numerator 3 is becoming 45. Multiply by 15. Denominator also multiply by 15. That means if 75% is constituting for 45, 100% will constitute for how much? 60. That means first option, what is the speed? If they are asking you to find the speed, first option is 60. Like that, second option, 54, 75%. So 3 by 4 is nothing but actually given as 54. So 3 into 18 is 54. 4 into 18 is 72. Second option should be 72. Similarly, 75% is 48. 3 into 16 is 48. 4 into 16 is 64. I hope you are understanding. 3 by 4 is nothing but last option 42. 3 into 14 is 42. 4 into 14 is 56. So instead of calculating or working with 75% of the speed in the question, let us work with the full speed. Full speed is nothing but the 100% of the speed. Now same to same question once again, same to same explanation. Let me use a different color right now so that it will be very clear for you. Now speed and time are the two parameters which are present. Speed is decreased by 16. Write down speed 16. Time will be 2 hours more. So time will be 2 hours. Write down just that value 2. Now same to same logic. Double this speed, it becomes 32. Double the time, it becomes 4. 16 into 4 is 64. 32 into 2 is also 64. But the distance is not 64. Distance is 384. Again, triple this 16, it becomes 48. Triple this 2, it becomes 6. If you want, check it out. 32 into 6 or 48 into 4, they both are not equal to 384. So ruled out. Similarly, multiply speed by 4 times. 16 into 4 is 64. 2 also multiply by 4. 2 into 4 is 8. Now if you want, you check it out. 48 into 8, it is nothing but 384. 64 into 6, that also is nothing but 384. Only consider the last two cases right now. That means initially the truck was traveling at a speed of 48 kilometers per hour and it was taking 6 hours to reach the destination. But now it is traveling at a speed of 64 kilometers per hour. It is taking 8 hours. According to my assumption, it is taking 2 hours more, right? It is taking 2 hours more. But the question is also saying 2 hours more, right? The question is also saying 2 hours more. That means what is the initial speed is the question, because we have converted all the answer options to the initial speed right now. Initial speed should be how much? 48 kilometers. 48 kilometers. Sorry, 75% of the speed should be 48 kilometers. So answer for this question is, it should be 48. Answer is very, very beautifully. You can solve this. Answer for this question should definitely be 48, so that you can easily calculate what should be the final answer for this. I hope it is very clear for all the students listening to the class. Next question. The speed of train A is 25 kilometers per hour more than the speed of train B. Train A takes 4 hours less time to travel the distance of 300 kilometers compared with train B taking 250 time taken by train B to travel 250 kilometers. What is the speed of train A in kilometers per hour? Now see here. All the answer options which are given are nothing but the speed of train A. And the best method to solve this question is by answer options. Now, if I assume that the speed of train A, if I assume the speed of train A as 65 kilometers per hour, and the question says train A is 25 kilometers more than train B in speed. So, speed of train B will be 40 in this case. And train A, time taken to cover 300 kilometers, it is 300 divided by 65. And train B, time taken to cover 250 kilometers, it is 250 divided by 40. And the question says train A takes 4 hours less time to travel a distance of 300 kilometers than what train B takes to travel 250 kilometers. That means basically the time difference should be 4 hours. If you take the difference of these two, it will definitely not be equal to 4 hours. First option will be ruled out. Please move ahead for the second option. If I assume that the speed of train A is 50, speed of train B will be 25 less than 50, which will be 25. Now, time taken by train A to cover 300 kilometers is, it is 300 divided by 50, which is nothing but 6 hours. And time taken by train B to cover 250 kilometers distance at 25 kilometers per hour is, it is 250 divided by 25. It will be 10 hours. And you can very clearly see that train A is taking 4 hours less than train B is taking. Time taken by train A is 4 hours less than what train B is actually taking, which is exactly according to the statement which is given in the question. Therefore, my second option should be the right answer. You don't need to use any equations, sir. I have told many times in many topics, the most easiest way of solving so many questions in the exam. I am not saying all the questions. Many questions in the examination hall can be solved so beautifully by using answer options. Please make use of answer options which are given in the questions very wisely. Answer options are not only meant for marking it, they are also meant for using it to solve the problems effectively. I hope the concept is very clear for all the students listening to the class. Hello my dear students. In this session, we are going to discuss a very important session on average speed. What is this average speed? First, let us understand the definition. So, we know that speed is nothing but equal to distance by time, right? Speed is nothing but equal to distance by time. Average speed is what we are discussing right now. So, speed is distance by time. Average speed is nothing but total distance divided by total time, right? Average speed is nothing but total distance divided by total time. This is the first important key point. Second important key point, many students might make a mistake here. Average speed, there is something called as average speed and there is something called as averages of the speeds, right? Averages of the speeds. There are 3 to 4 different speeds given, and if you take the average of all those speeds, these two are absolutely not equal, right? Again I am repeating, these two are absolutely different values. Please do not be in an assumption that average speed and averages of the speeds are equal. They both are definitely not equal. Now see here, let us take one simple example, simple question to understand how to find the average speed of the journey. Suppose a person is traveling from A to B. We will solve multiple questions, do not worry about it. A person is traveling from A to B. He is traveling from A to B at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour, for example. Now he reached the destination called as B. Now he wants to return from B to A once again. For the return journey, he increases his speed by 90 kilometers per hour. That means from A to B, he is traveling at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. From B to A, he is traveling at a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. Your simple question is, find the average speed of the entire journey. Now your textbook will give 2AB by A plus B, all those things which we are not interested with. Now see here, I know that the distance between A and B is constant. I know that the distance between A and B is constant. Because the distance is constant, I will assume the distance as LCM of the given speeds. LCM of 30 and 90. LCM of 30 and 90, it is 90. That means I am assuming the distance between A and B as 90 kilometers. Average speed is total distance from A to B. He is traveling at a distance of 90 kilometers. From B to A, he is once again traveling a distance of 90 kilometers. So total distance is 90 plus another 90, which is the return journey. Total time from A to B, when he is traveling from A to B, in 1 hour he will cover 30 kilometers. To cover 90 kilometers, he will take 3 hours. From B to A, in 1 hour he will cover 90. To cover 90 kilometers, he will take 1 hour. Answer for this question is 180 divided by 4 or 90 divided by 2. Average speed of the entire journey is 45 kilometers per hour. I hope the concept of finding the average speed is very, very clear for every student listening to the class. Average speed, once again I am repeating, it is the total distance divided by total time, and that average speed is not equal to averages of the speeds. I hope one question I have taken, simple question. We will take multiple questions starting with the basic question what I have taken right now. Similar to that also we will solve another 1 or 2 questions, and then we will move on to little higher level questions also in this particular session. Now see here, see the next question here. The question says, a taxi goes from city A to city B at an average speed of 84 kilometers per hour. Same question. A person is going in taxi from city A to city B. He is traveling at a speed of 84 kilometers per hour from A to B. In the return journey, due to traffic, the average speed of the taxi falls by 24 kilometers per hour. That means he is not traveling at 84 kilometers per hour right now in the return journey from B to A. He is traveling at 24 kilometers per hour lesser than 80. That means it is 60 kilometers per hour. Find the average speed of the taxi for the total entire journey in kilometers per hour. Same explanation once again. Average speed is nothing but total distance divided by total time. I don't know the total distance, but I know that the distance between city A and city B is constant. I will assume the distance as LCM of 84 and 60. LCM of 84 is 12 into 7. 60 is 12 into 5. So 12, take it outside. LCM of 7 into 5. LCM of two co-prime numbers is product. 7 into 5 is 35. So 12 into 35. 35 into 10 is 350. 35 into 2 is 70. So total distance is assumed as 420 in one direction. So from A to B he is traveling 420 kilometers. From B to A also he is traveling 420 kilometers. From A to B in 1 hour he will cover 84. To cover 420 he will take 5 hours. From B to A in 1 hour he will cover 60. To cover 420 he will take 7 hours. Answer is 840 divided by 12. 12 into 70 is 840. Average speed for this entire journey is 70 kilometers per hour, which is option B, which is, I think nothing is there, right? 12 into 7 is 84. I think definitely one of these, the answer option should be 70. There is no doubt about it. Let us put an answer option which is not there in the given original options. Answer for this question should be 12 into 6 is 72, 12 into 7 is 84. Definitely the answer for this question should be 70 kilometers per hour, which is nothing but option E, right? I hope the clarity is very much there for all the students listening to the class, with a couple of basic questions being solved. Now see the next question also. I think the mistake here is all the 4 options whatever is given in this question are actually the answer options for the next question, right? So the person who has typed these questions in our office probably might have done this mistake. That's completely okay. Let us not worry about answer options anyway, as long as we know the concept behind solving the question. See this question. The question says a car covers the first 76 kilometers of its journey in 48 minutes and covers the remaining 45 kilometers in 40 minutes. What is the average speed of the car? Same to same question. Very easy. The person is starting by car here and somewhere he is ending here, for example. Now, the first 76 kilometers of the journey, he is just taking 48 minutes, right? He is taking 48 minutes. The remaining 45 kilometers of the journey, he is taking 40 minutes to cover the same distance, to cover the distance of 45 kilometers. Find the average speed is the question. It's very simple. We know that average speed is given by total distance divided by total time. Total distance is 76 kilometers plus 45 kilometers. So it is 76 plus 45 kilometers is the total distance traveled by that person in the car, and total time taken is for 76 kilometers he is taking 48 minutes. For 45 kilometers he is taking 40 minutes. Totally he is taking 88 minutes. Convert it to hours. 88 divided by 60 hours. So if I further simplify this, 76 plus 45, it is nothing but 121. That 60 will come above and 88 will remain in the denominator. So this I can say that 11 into 8 is 88. 11 into 11 is 121. So this is 4 into 2 is 8. 4 into 15 is 60. 15 into 11, it is 165 divided by 2 kilometers per hour should be the average speed. 165 by 2 is nothing but, it is nothing but 82.5 kilometers per hour. Answer for this easy question is option A. I hope the first 3 or 4 basic questions along with the definition of average speed is very clear for all the students listening to the class.